Welcome to this reflection through poetry, art and music on loss, memory and healing in the wake of the pandemic. This has been a difficult time for so many people. The COVID-19 pandemic has robbed us of opportunities to honor our loved ones who died during such a long period of isolation. Two members of my family died during this period, my sister and my brother-in-law. We were fortunate in that a group of us were allowed to gather around my sister's hospital bed in her final moments. It was so special for us just being there. For both of them, I planned a memorial service on Zoom, and family and friends were able to pay tribute in many parts of the world. A friend of ours also died at the start of the pandemic, and we were only able to gather for the memorial service many months later. It was, you can imagine, a strange feeling in that she seemed just to have disappeared from our lives. I offer this poetic reflection to all of you who share feelings of loss, frustration, devastation, even despair at how difficult it has been to properly and adequately honor the people you have dearly loved. The poems and prose you will hear touch on so many feelings and fears we have of our own dying and of coming to that moment, that place, when we have to bid our farewells to the people we love. But these poems, which I have discovered and used in services over a good many years, help us to honor those we love. They bring back wonderful memories, wonderful moments shared. They sing us back to a healthy life. They lift and inspire us in our journey, and they remind us of the healing power of love. You may want to journey with this reflection slowly over a period of time, to keep coming back to it, or you may want to approach it as a whole and then come back to it. My dream and hope is that it will help you and many others in your journey forward. On Death, Dying and Bereavement, Aldous Huxley, philosopher and novelist, writes, "It's dark because you are trying too hard. Lightly, child, lightly. Learn to do everything lightly. Yes, feel lightly, even though you are feeling deeply. Just lightly let things happen and lightly cope with them." He says, "I was so preposterously serious in those days, such a humorless little prig. Lightly, lightly. It's the best advice ever given me. When it comes to dying even, nothing ponderous or portentous or emphatic. No rhetoric, no tremolos, no self-conscious persona putting on its celebrated imitation of Christ or Little Nell. And of course, no theology, no metaphysics. Just the fact of dying, the fact of clear light. So throw away all your baggage and go forward. There are quicksands all about you, sucking at your feet, trying to suck you down into fear and self-pity and despair. That's why you must walk so lightly. Lightly, my darling, on tiptoes and no luggage, not even a sponge bag, completely unencumbered.
Pueblo Indian Blessing. Hold on to what is good, even if it is a handful of earth. Hold on to what you believe, even if it is a tree that stands by itself. Hold on to what you must do, even if it is a long way from here. Hold on to your life, even if it is easier to let go. Hold on to my hand, even if someday I'll be gone away from you.
Rainer Maria Rilke, Pushing Through Solid Rock. It's possible I am pushing through solid rock in flint-like layers, as the ore lies alone. I am such a long way in, I see no way through, and no space. Everything is close to my face, and everything close to my face is stone. I don't have much knowledge yet in grief, so this massive darkness makes me small. You be the master. Make yourself fierce, break in. Then your great transforming will happen to me, and my great grief cry will happen to you.
On a Deserted Shore, Kathleen Rayner. The faint stars said, "Our distances of night, these wastes of space, sight can in an instant cross. But who has passed on soul's dark flight, journeys beyond the flash of our light?" I said, "Whence he is travelling, let no heart's grief of mine draw back a thought to these dim skies, nor human tears drench those wings that pass, freed from earth's weight and the wheel of stars."
The Swan by Rainer Maria Rilke. This labouring of ours, with all that remains undone, as if still bound to it, is like the lumbering gait of the swan. And then our dying, releasing ourselves from the very ground on which we stood, is like the way he hesitantly lowers himself into the water. It gently receives him, and gladly yielding, flows back beneath him, as wave follows wave, while he, now wholly serene and sure, with regal composure, allows himself to glide.
Stand Still in the Pain. Ylva Elisabeth Eggerhorn. Stand still in the pain, rooted in that in you which is light. Let the sword go through you. Maybe it's not a sword at all. Maybe it is a tuning fork. You become a note. You become the music you always longed to hear. You didn't know you were a song.
A poem from What I Must Tell Myself, The House of Belonging by David White. And though all things I love may pass away, and the great family of things and people I have made around me will see me go, I feel them living in me like a great gathering, ready to reach a greater home. When one thing dies, all things die together, and must live again in a different way. When one thing is missing, everything is missing, and must be found again in a new whole. Everything wants to be complete. Everything wants to go home. And the geese traveling south are like the shadow of my breath, flying into the darkness on great heartbeats to an unknown land where I belong.
Love Poem to Edith Finch Russell. Bertrand Russell. To Edith. Through the long years I sought peace. I found ecstasy. I found anguish. I found madness. I found loneliness. I found the solitary pain that gnaws the heart, but peace I did not find. Now, old and near my end, I have known you. And knowing you, I have found both ecstasy and peace. I know rest after so many lonely years. I know what life and love may be. Now, if I sleep, I shall sleep fulfilled.